Let's talk about Unicorn Overlord. It is a fantastic turn-based strategy game for the console platforms. It's probably the best game I've played all year. Let me knock out a few of the issues I have with the game first, and then we can get into all the good stuff. On Switch, I've encountered some frame rate drops during battles that have weather going on and more than 7 units altogether. It doesn't seem like a big problem because I can hold the button that speeds it up and it just looks really choppy for about a couple seconds, and then you can watch the fight however you want. And you can also skip the fights, so you don't have to deal with that at all, but sometimes you miss little conversations between the characters, so you don't always want to skip the fights. And also watching the fights are fun. You can speed through them a little bit to deal with that little frame rate drop that you do get on the Switch. Another issue is the tactics that you set up. Because it is coding, if you don't set it up exactly right, it doesn't always do what you think it's going to do when you set it up. So how I fix this is I test everything in mock battles beforehand. So that is a way how to fix that tactic problem. And my final problem with the game is it just feels a little bit too easy, even on the hardest difficulty. I'm playing through True Zenarian right now, and it seems pretty easy. Like, I'm having an easier time than I did on Expert, probably because I had to beat the game on Expert beforehand, and now I already know how the classes work and all that stuff. So even on the hardest difficulty, it still seems very easy, or at least to me, because I love tactic games. So those are my few problems with it. But now I want to jump in and talk about the characters. From my first playthrough, there was over 60 characters to unlock, and I didn't unlock a certain character because I killed him for 15 divine shards. And now I don't know if he would have been good for me or bad. You can unlock 60 characters, and I like how these characters do not feel like just like generic stereotypes like Fire Emblem Engage. They felt very generic and bland. And on this one, they all have their own little quirks, personalities. Like Lex likes to climb stuff, so he always goes to the watchtower. Chloe likes to explore like ruins, so she finds all those items in ruins that you find throughout the game. They each have personalities rather than just a stereotype, and I really like that when it comes to this game. And it feels like they are the reason why the story is going on, rather than the story is just dragging the characters. So that is stuff I really like. My two favorite characters so far are Lex and Melisandre. I have a video of both of them. Here's a quick spoiler, so close your ears for about 10 seconds. Lex talks about how he started taking training seriously because a dog sacrificed his life to protect him. Spoiler over. You can we're good. And then another example would be Chloe, who is friends with Lex and Elaine since they were children. She treats him more like a prince because he is royalty, and she also treats him like a regular friend, but she always addresses him in the formal manner, and helps him with becoming more royal because he did grow up outside of the palace and he doesn't have royal behavior. He's more like a normal person. There are classes that are, or there are characters that are labeled as classes that are the same, but some of them have unique skills that the other character does not have. And that feels more unique than, hey, I have all these fighter classes and all the fighter classes are exactly the same. Also, there is an item called a hand mirror, and you can change how they look and customize their stat growth. So that is really awesome in a game, and I love that about this game. Okay, let's talk about the battles. Now, the battles, you have all these bases, you have points to take over, you have towers to deal with, so you have a whole bunch of stuff, and the whole point is to capture the enemy's command post. Battles are made up of units, and inside each unit you have your characters. Now, your characters have these abilities called tactics. Each ability is set for specific classes, and certain classes have their, or unique characters have their own items. I have the Unwavering Spear, which gives me an ability So I have this set to go against flyers or scouts. I have Wild Rush against a full column, pile threats, assaulting lance. So I have tactics set up for certain abilities, double heal, targets below 70%. So I can choose which one that I do. All the fights are automatic. So let me just like, I'll deploy this unit, which is literally a meme unit to me.
Time is at hand.
And I'll go through, and this is how the battles work. So we come in and they're automatic like this. So we have,
Forward.
see how it's a little slower? This is what I was talking about earlier on in the game, how it just feels a little choppy here sometimes, rather than its normal full speed,
I'll enjoy this.
because it's a bigger party. It does go fast, or the demo did go faster on my PlayStation. So that is how the battle goes. Everything is set up based on how we have it. It's a max size of 5 per units. It's automatic. And when I first found out that it was automatic, I know I said this in my review of the demo, I was a little disappointed, but I have over 100 hours into this game, including the demo, and it is so much fun. I feel so involved making all the strategies. It's very addicting to go in here and be like, well, I need to change this around, pre-fight, like, so I come in here, I pre-fight. Now it says I'm going to get the kill, but it says I'm going to take 95 damage. So what if I go like this? Well, now I take less damage. Well, what if I go like that? I still take the 90 damage. So what if I do remove that debuff, keep that there? Now I take 0 damage. So I like being able to change how I do everything as I play to reduce the damage taken, right? And now I'm holding the speed thing to deal with the choppiness, which is what I said earlier in the video, how you can deal with that. So now I was able to do all this healing,
Like new. Is that better?
and we took no damage,
I'll help.
right? So we were able to heal through all the damage that it said we were going to take. So we can come through here, through deliveries, we can rebuild cities. And then rebuilding the cities gets us honor, money, and then we station a guard. I'm sure I have a guard already stationed here, yeah. So I have a guard stationed here, and that helps me rebuild the economy. So as you're going through the story, you can set everything up to pay for this, or to help stuff, and you can form nuke squads to where you don't have to do a lot of tactics, which is really cool. So I really like that I can do all this stuff within the game. Now, another thing I want to talk about is the arena, and this is probably my favorite part of the game. When you get into Dragonhold, it's this big Coliseum right here, and you come in here and you go to the Coliseum. The most fun part is the offline for me, and it's because they have all these tactics, right? So this one says row with 3 combatants or more. So if you want to try to beat this, you can go, or ignore the fire breath. You can run a 4. You can dodge the dragon bloom by just running 4. And you can see what they have and set up. So I'm just going to see, they have a shaman, so I don't really have any of my real team set up. So let's see if this works. I have a unit that I don't actually have set up for a fight, but we're going to do it anyways. No damage, awesome. But yeah, so this is my favorite part. If you actually go through all the strategies, oh my god, I'm getting rocked. And like this is, I would have Travis in front, like, but it's all set up to, you go through the tactics and you see the tactic and you choose the best tactics to win this fight. And now like I said, I didn't have this team set up for any of this because I wouldn't choose this team to fight flyers. I would choose a different team to set flyers. But this is my favorite part. And once you beat the game, or once you beat the arena, the original arena, you unlock more, and you get a brand new character to the game. So it's very cool to have, and I really enjoy it. But yeah, that is basically, I I lost this one. But if I go through and set up all the tactics, this is my favorite part of the game. Yeah, this is not the team I would use. I just picked a team. So the Coliseum is my favorite part. You set up your tactics based on what you have. You set up your groups based on against what you have. And you just kind of go through and win. And that's a lot of fun to me. The part we've all been hoping for, I hope, the story. Now, the story is going to have some spoilers on it, so I will put timestamps below, just so you can come back where there are no spoilers. When it comes to the story, I thought it was going to be this generic, my kingdom was taken over by a traitor, and now I have to take it back. So here's where the spoilers start. However, it grew into so much more. It turns out that the traitor was actually a person possessed by an ancient spirit from Zenora who was trying to take over the world and bring back Zenora rule. And our main character's mother, Queen Elenia, starts by telling off Elaine he must escape and goes into battle with the traitor. Here's a big spoiler right here. And what we think is her final hour turns out to be the best plot twist of the game, where she actually wins but is possessed by that spirit. Spoiler over. We're good. We fast forward 10 years and Elaine is grown up and has been training for the last 10 years. The story is so much more than just taking back the kingdom. Through battle prowess and mercy, Elaine grows into a ruler who can take over all the lands and unite the countries of this world. And we watch him rise to power. Not only does he retake and unify the world, he stops gang turf wars in the desert. He stops siege of his greatest enemy, or he stops the siege, uniting him and their former greatest enemy. He saves the Beastrels from being mind controlled, and he stops the tree that gives Elheim its protection from burning down. This story has so much stuff going on and so many fun characters that all grow in their own right to the story, and it doesn't feel like it's just a plot twist after a plot twist after a plot twist. The plot twist in this story actually felt really good rather than just having a plot twist to have a plot twist. If you don't pay attention to the story and the cutscenes as you're going on, there's a good chance you choose the bad ending and you don't get as satisfying a reward from the plot twist as you should. So make sure you do pay attention to the story as you play through this game. Finally, let's talk about how I feel about this game, because I don't know if you've noticed, but I really like this game. I think it is the best game of the year so far. It completely got me off Grand Blue Fantasy, which I love, which you guys seen my review. I have over 300 hours on that game. It has one of my favorite voice actors, which this game also has. I feel like when my friends ask me to play Helldivers 2 and I'm playing Unicorn Overlord, that I'm being punished for something. Like, guys, I want to play this game. Let me play this game. Helldivers 2 is very fun, but it is not this game. I am sorry, guys. That is just how I feel when you ask me to play Helldivers 2 when I am playing this game. Even though the battles are automatic, the tactics before the fight makes me feel like I'm really involved in this game, and I just love the fact that I have a lot of control. Oh, I left out that I wish it had a little more items to choose from for tactics. Like, I wish I had 3 rows and like maybe 10, just so I can set it up, be like, if it's this, if it's this, if it's this, you know, certain situations, rather than having to save loadouts and changing the loadouts. But that's awesome too. I do like how I have loadouts that I can save for certain battles, for certain combinations, which is really awesome because I love strategizing. I love how if I give the Ring of the Maiden to Lex, rather than it forcing a gay relationship that would make no sense whatsoever, it's just a pact between 2 best friends, and Lex makes fun of Elaine and his love life. So it's really funny. It doesn't feel like it forces anything upon you. I think this game is a masterpiece, and I would love a sequel or some DLC to it. I give this game an A. And that is everything, guys. Bye.